It's a sport that's become big business around the world and could mean big bucks for Hawaii. Check out the rough and tumble world of professional rugby. There are 14 pro teams worldwide, and Hawaii is being considered as a destination venue for major international rugby league events. To put it in perspective, the 2011 rugby tournament in Las Vegas drew more people to the city than the Pro Bowl. And joining us this morning to talk about the sport itself and the effort to bring it to Hawaii is organizer Jack Breen and two of the stars of the local rugby world players, Jason Rigo and Joshua Rice. Good morning to all of you.
Good morning.
Good morning. How's it going?
Let's go. Pretty good. Let's talk rugby here. And Jack, I want to start with you to talk about what's coming up for rugby here in the islands.
Well, we've got a very big event coming Saturday. The USA team, the Tomahawks, are selecting players for our World Cup competition. The USA has one more set of qualifiers to go through to make it for the first time in the professional version of rugby league, which will be a World Cup in London in 2013. And we're picking players in Hawaii for the USA team. Next Saturday, the best players are going to be here at Kapiolani Park, and they're going to try out. And a professional coach is coming in to coach the USA from Australia. He's flying in Matt Elliott and David Niu, who's the CEO of the American National Rugby League, and both of these guys were big-time professional players in Australia themselves, who's been the head coach in the 9 World Cup years. He's coming as well. So the panel of the three of us will be selecting players from Hawaii to represent the United States in rugby.
Speaking of players, we have two players with us. You may recognize these guys, former UH football players. And I want to talk a little bit about the difference between football to rugby. What's different for you guys? What's the difference?
I would say the main thing is, you don't have any pads. There's no helmet on your head protecting you. You kind of got to be careful where you put it. Don't really want to mess up your face.
That's
so
important.
That's the main thing.
What about the style of play? Because in rugby you're doing offense and defense. Tougher or easier than regular football?
I would say it's tougher. Because you have no pads. And you're playing both ways. You're not only just playing, offense. You're playing defense too. So, in that perspective, I would say it's a little tougher.
And Jack, you were saying that these guys, when people think of football players, they think of really great big guys. But you're saying that these are the prototype rugby players, fast and quick, and not necessarily the biggest guys.
Absolutely. You have to be able to run for 40 minutes each half. And you don't get that 40-second break between each 8 seconds of play time like you do in football. So in converting football athletes, which we very much want to do, because our football athletes are as good as any athletes in the world. And when we go to the Olympics in 2016, we want to see American football players as part of the group as well as American rugby players. But we want guys who can handle the ball. So defensive backs, wide receivers, running backs, they're the principal guys we're looking for. Although we do have a NFL convert who was a defensive end living on Maui, who's one of the USA team players, Maka Manapuna.
All right. We're out of time, but we wanted to give you an opportunity to talk about the event next weekend, a chance for people to come out and see some of these players. And I'll also mention that there's a couple of Hawaii players that are doing really well in rugby.
There are. We have 5 players on the national team from Hawaii and one fellow who lives in Atlanta that was actually born and raised in Hawaii. So there's 6 on a 24-man roster for the national team from Hawaii. At 4 o'clock, Kapiolani Park, there'll be a kickoff. There'll be multiple games with some really fantastic athletes. Some of them are new to rugby. Some of them have played rugby at a very high level in other countries. And it's really going to be an exciting, fun time, and it's free.
All right, fantastic. Can't beat that. Thanks, guys, for coming in and talking with us rugby this morning. We wish you all good luck.
Thank you.